Happy Tuesday evening. It's Robert here, and this video is going to be regarding the month of September. This month is a very significant month for me for a lot of reasons, but this month signifies that it's been 2 years since I last was inpatient and seeking more intense treatment. So I've been 2 years outside of needing inpatient, which is very significant for me because prior 2 years ago, I was inpatient many times in the past 2 years. So from 2017 to 2015, I was very sick for a variety of different reasons. There was a lot of um, things that were not easy to deal with, and I have grown as a human being. I've become stronger. I've become stronger mentally. Um, I am becoming a person that I didn't think was possible. Um, and a lot of good things are happening in my life due to the work that I've put in the past 2 years. So uh, I would like to share my story that was 2 years ago because it is an anniversary this month. And I want to preface what I'm saying by when I share this story, I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for people to be, oh, poor Robert, look at everything he's been through, that poor soul. I'm looking to share my story as a form of inspiration, and I would like, in a perfect world, people to gain strength from what I share. Um, Life is not easy. We get knocked down, we get back up, and that's the most important thing that you can do in life is to get back up. With mental illness, and what I've learned is mental illness, when you get knocked down from something difficult in life, will tell you that you can't get up. There's no way to. Don't even try. You're not worth it. And there's nothing true about that. So I say that, and I'm going to share my story from 2 years ago. So this is back in 2017. I'm going to go into the end of April 2017. I was just finishing up my stay at Four Winds, and my doctor, who had suggested, the psychiatrist there, sat me down and said, Robert, you need to stop drinking. The drinking that you're doing is causing your medications not to work the way that they can be. So you're making your medications null and void. You need to take things more seriously, and you need to take your physical health more seriously if you really want to become better. The choice is yours. Nobody can make you do that, but you need to do that if you really want to be better. You're saying that you want to be better, but you need to show it a little bit. So I made the very difficult decision for me. Anybody who knows me and follows me knows how much I like to have my beer with my friends, or I'm drinking and stuff like that. So that was something for a majority of my life. Even on the mental health psych meds, I did not stop doing. Um, I drank with friends. I've never been a problem drinker. I've been a social drinker. But being on these psych meds and you're adding alcohol, that's not good for your brain chemistry. That's the reality of it. But I ignored it because I was having fun with my friends. I wasn't this drinking with but people was a way of me having fun to deal with how difficult life was, and I'm just being real here. But after that conversation with my doctor there, I stopped drinking completely. and I got out of Four Winds. I went back to work. I started working more, started not drinking, taking my medications as prescribed. They were working, started feeling better. As time went on, at my job, there was a gym. So I was working an evening shift. So before my evening shift in August of 2017, I started working out before I went to work. And I took it very seriously, did it for about an hour and a half before I went to my job. Was taking my medications, was not drinking. I went to a friend's wedding, and all my friends were like, well, why aren't you drinking? Why aren't you drinking with us? And I was designated driver for people. I didn't really go into too much detail, and I just said I'm just trying to be healthy. That was very, very difficult for me, and people can attest to that. I didn't drink anything, so I took it seriously. Started working out and started going to work. Things were going good. I was feeling great. And September comes, and my people would say to me in the beginning of September, something was off. They could see in my communication on Facebook that there was not, something was off, and like I was kind of out, losing touch and kind of out there with my messages and stuff, but I was still working and going things. So September 20th will always be a day that sticks in my mind. Um, at the time, I didn't know why. It turns out that my medications completely stopped working on September 20th, 2017. And I went into work at my job there in the cafeteria. I was talking to somebody that I worked with, and I don't recall any of this. This is just some stuff that I've heard from other people, and just picking up the pieces, things that I've read on social media. But I had a psychotic break. My medication stopped working entirely, and because of that, I became a very agitated person. My voice raised. People were staring at me, and were very scared because it looked like I was gonna like explode. And again, this is something that I had to hear from other people. Um, it's very painful for me to say that because I love that job, but I was escorted. I was asked to leave the job, and I ended up going into inpatient because I was out of my mind. I something inside of me said I needed to get help, even though I was just not in a good way. With my mental illness, my medications, I need to take them, otherwise I go into lose touch in reality and start. It's like being in a lot of times it's like being in a nightmare that I can't awake from, or that I'm not aware that I'm in. Everyone else can see it, but I'm not able to. I'm just not able to. It's like crazy people don't know that they're crazy. So I had this episode and breakdown at my house, and I had to walk to Ellis, which thank God was very close at the time. But I'm screaming at the top of my lungs in the middle of the night, and I'm just totally out of control of myself. I have brief glimpses of remembering that. I don't even know what I was upset about. But needless to say, I made it to Ellis. I was admitted, and the one thing I'll always remember, with the one day that this happened, which I thought was the worst day of my life, turned out to be the opening for the greatest potential of my life. I was out of my mind, not in touch with reality, and like a dream. And my grandfather, Cesare, came to me during this delusion, and he said to me, "Is this what you want for yourself, Robert? Do you want to be back and forth, impatient, always being sick, doing this? Is this what you want for your life? You deserve better than this. I want better for this. Life has knocked you down. You understand what happens if you don't get up when life knocks you down. Life doesn't stop. Life doesn't get better. It's only going to get worse. And those kicks are going to get worse. I love you. You need to fight." And that lit a fire inside me. You know, and ever since then, I started going hard at getting better. When I got admitted into inpatient, that was in the psych ER. I went, I participated, I walked, I was active. The staff said to me back in that time, "You should really look into becoming a peer counselor. You would be a really good fit for it. You're excellent. People listen to you when you talk in groups." And this day, back 2 years ago, I was terrified when I came to and was okay and started being on medications. I had put so much effort into getting better prior to this happening, and my medications just stopped working. I'm doing all these good things that I'm supposed to do, and I have a psychotic break. Not in my control. You want to talk about scared? What are you going to do? You're not in control of yourself. Are you going to be able to make your life better when you have no control? You put all this effort and then just one day just doesn't mean anything? But that was a fear. And then I finished up my stay at inpatient. And I called my job, and they told me that I had lost it. I was let go. And that just left me more terrified. I'm like, I'm never going to be able to work again. How am I supposed to work? I can't even control my actions, my behaviors, and thoughts. I'm supposed to go and try to get another job. What am I supposed to do? And my counselor had suggested that going to the PROS program, which I did. I signed up for. And here it is, 2 years later. Those fears don't exist for me anymore. I've faced them. I'm working again. I'm helping people. And I want people to hear my story. I want you to inspire that when life gets difficult for you and you want to run, you want to stay down, I want you to find it inside yourself to get up, and you fight for what's yours. You fight for yourself. You fight for your family. You fight for something. All those doubts, they can be eliminated. And I'm living proof. I never thought I was going to do anything with my life. And I've been wrong. And it's just starting. So, the tears that I have right now are tears of joy. Because you work and you take seriously what you do. You work on yourself and you make yourself better and your life better. And then once you start seeing the fruits of your labor pay off, it's a beautiful feeling. It's something that I wish I could share for anybody. I get frustrated sometimes with people who don't understand mental illness. But understand something. I would never, ever wish anything that I've been through upon somebody who didn't understand. I want to thank everybody for listening to this. And I hope this inspires people to become better. That's what I would like. I don't want anybody's pity. I want you to find strength in what I say. Thank you. You have a wonderful night.